Start. Some field issues. Props to the field crew here at Sherwood Christian Academy, Albany State folks as well. We'll try to catch you up here with where we are in the action.
But I mean, you know what? But it's all right because you need goofies like that in the world.
My name's Brian Fulford,
you do need goofy niggas,
and
remind you
pick up action here in the bottom of the first inning.
It would just remind you that you a different
Lane in the top half of the inning, no hits. One batter was walked, so one left on base. Will Valenti struck out the last two batters of the inning. For Edward Waters, they opened up with a single by the shortstop Schubert. Then the third batter, the third baseman Hugo Schoening, had a double RBI to bring in the first run of the contest. Now Schoening is at third. Leon Garcia, the cleanup batter and first baseman, singled. Following him, the center fielder, number 2, Tompkins, flied out to center field. And now, Dayton Pass, the DH, is at the plate for Edward Waters. Pitching on the mound for Lane is Heath Stuckey, right-handed sophomore.
Right hand! Ball! Boom! Go, ball!
And that is the third after one, Edward Waters 1, Lane 0. You're watching the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships right here on the Black College Sports Network.
Did y'all hear the blue? He said, I was asking if they heard don't holler ball or strike while he's pitching. Just saying.
At the end of one inning of play, your score, Edward Waters University 1, College Dragons 0.
With Academy Sports and
Out of a throw, but we do have someone over here with a camera. So it was a pretty bad throw. Here we go, Hutch, hit the glove, baby. Here we go, Dave.
Heading to the top of the second inning now for Lane College. It'll be the catcher, number 8, Danny Zabaleta, followed up by Noah Essery and Peyton Wood.
Time for you to wheel and deal.
Will Valenti, pitcher on the mound for Edward Waters. First pitch outside. Fouls that second pitch off right in front of me. Skips another one into the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike. This ball that's lifted towards right.
Yeah! Attaboy, Will! You got one down!
Right fielder Chaz Morris comes up with it. Noah Essery now comes to the plate.
Oh, man, he's fine. This guy's fine. Here we go. Get ready. Good, Noah. That ball get hot.
Shit.
Count evens at 1 for Essery. Third baseman for Lane. Takes it right back up the middle. Second baseman cleanly sends it over to first. Nice play there by Nobles, John Nobles. And that sends 2 away. Peyton Wood coming to the plate now. Today's the first of 3 games here on the alternate site here at Sherwood Christian Academy at Legacy Park. 3 teams will end their season here today. Two balls and 1 strike. Count moves now to 3-1 here for Wood. And Wood watches that one. Second walk of the day for Valenti.
Hey, Hutch, got 2.
So with 2 outs, Walt Thompson, the shortstop, comes to the plate with a runner on first. Lane looking for their first run. Valenti back over to first. There's a pop-up over towards third base. Third baseman sits up under it, and nice job by the third baseman, Schoening. And Lane leaves 1 aboard, no hits, no runs. And we head to the bottom half of the second with our score, Edward Waters 1, Lane 0. You're watching the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships right here on the Black College Sports Network and the SIAC YouTube page.
With Academy Sports and Outdoors, you can take outdoor fun to a whole new level with just a touch of a button, because there's so much to discover on the Academy app. Create your dream outdoor living space that gets the whole family out there spending time together. Master new recipes with just the right amount of heat and the perfect spice or seasoning. And give the kids even more ways to play. Great times are waiting. Download the Academy Sports and Outdoors app today.
HBCUs are anchored by legacy. They nurture the talent and determination of their students and prepare them for a bright future. The Home Depot's Retool Your School program has and still believes in the excellence of HBCUs. Committed not just in speech, but through the revitalization and upgrades of the campuses these students call home. Building, planting, tilling the dream, all hearts and countless volunteers on the ground. Retool Your School. We're powered by purpose.
got 1-6.
Caden Hutchinson comes to the plate here for Edward Waters. Hutchinson, the left fielder. That pitch hits Hutchinson in the helmet. And so Hutchinson takes that one on the noggin. John Nobles comes to the plate now with a teammate on first. Second time Edward Waters has started the inning with a leadoff runner on first. Let's see if they can add some runs to it as they did in the second. Runner's going. Slides in safely.
That boy got wheels.
So Hutchinson on the first pitch is going. That pitch was called a ball, so the count is now 1-0 for Nobles. Chaz Morris is on deck. Bunt attempt is foul. The count is 0-2.
That's the one.
That ball is foul.
Big on nose, good job here, kid.
Now we have 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, on that bunt attempt, that ends up being an out. So that's the first out. Chase Morris comes to the plate now. 9-hitter and right fielder. First pitch is high by Heath Stuckey. Caden Hutchinson is on second.
Good lead.
Ball skips off the batter's box. Ball 2.
Baby.
2-0 pitch.
Here we go.
Fouled off by Morris. Pitch to the plate. Fouled off. Right in front of our camera there. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. 1 out in the inning. Runner on second. Pitch by Stuckey. Just outside. Called ball.
Ball 4-4, here we go.
Count moves to 3-2 for Morris. Stuckey checking second. Again, checking. He tries to go back now. Thought he might have been able to pick off Hutchinson, but he threw that one to the right side of the bag.
Anyway, 4, we'll take it. Here we go.
Second baseman Nick apply the tag. Stuckey sets back up in the stretch to the plate. Morris makes contact, fouls it off. We still sit at a full count, 3-2. Bottom of the second inning now. Edward Waters looking to add to their lead. Pitch to the plate by Stuckey. Line towards right. Right fielder comes on to make the play. Hutchinson tags. He's heading over to third. So, good hit by Morris to send Caden Hutchinson over. Peyton Schubert now. Peyton Schubert comes up to the plate. He singled and scored in the first inning as the leadoff hitter for Edward Waters. 2 outs. He'll foul off the first pitch.
That's there. Easy stuff, bro.
Schubert goes chasing after a pitch. Low and out of the strike zone. It was pitched there by Stuckey. Stuckey is now up 0-2 here. Hutchinson's on third. And there's a swinging strike, so second strikeout of the game and inning for Heath Stuckey. And he holds Edward Waters off as they leave one runner on. No hits, no errors in the inning. We head to the top of 3. Our score, Edward Waters 1, Lane 0. You're watching the 2023 SIAC Baseball Championships right here on the Black College Sports Network.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket. Like one of our favorite customers, Michelle.
I started my own app company, and with Cricket, I'm able to answer calls from my engineers and investors and know my signal's going to be great. If I had to describe Cricket in 2 words, they would be reliable and affordable.
5G Boss Mode X.
Back to live action here at the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships. The elimination bracket is where we're at here at Sherwood Christian Academy at Legacy Park. Loser of this contest will see their season come to an end. The winner will advance in the elimination bracket. I believe we'll have to come back and play again this evening at 6 o'clock. Count evens up at 1 as the number 9 hitter, Nick Coelho, sends it right up the middle for a base hit in the center. So 9 hitter comes up with a single. First leadoff runner for Lane. And the Dragons now have an opportunity to add some runs here. Center fielder Zach Baker will come to the plate here.
Hey, top.
You want boxing?
First pitch fouled off. Coelho. Throw back over to first by Will Valenti.
All right, well, get your ground ball, baby.
The 0-1 pitch. Bunt attempt, no good. Try to throw from the catcher over to first. He's safe. So he had a ball on the bunt attempt.
Right here, Will.
One ball and one strike. Runner's going. The throw. And he is out of there. So not only did he pick up a strike, but Anthony Roman shows some good arm.
What you doing? What you doing?
That pitch is high, so the count evens at 2 now. Zach Baker in the box for Lane. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch is outside, ball 3. The ball is lifted into the hands of the second baseman, John Nobles, for the second out. Right fielder, John McIntosh, comes to the plate. Fouls the first pitch back. The 0-1 is down. Count evens up at 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitched by Valenti. High and outside, ball 2. McIntosh showed some patience. He reached base via a walk in the first inning. Skips, hits the plate. That's ball 3 now. So McIntosh again showing some good discipline at the plate. Drives the ball to right, and it's foul. Well, Valenti will look to try to get out of the inning here. Comes down to potentially this 1 pitch. Full count, delivery to the plate. Low and inside, and McIntosh reaches base for the second time of the game on walks. Dakota Danner steps into the box here for Lane with a runner aboard. He struck out his last plate appearance in the first against Valenti. A bit high, ball 1.
Come now, Will.
Outside, ball 2.
Hey, Will, relax right here, baby.
Let your defense work.
McIntosh leading off over at first. Another pitch. Ooh. McIntosh thought about it, but then probably thinking back to Roman throwing out his teammate earlier, decided to get back to first. Counts now at 3-0. There's a strike by Valenti. Count moves to 3-1. And it's high, and there's consecutive walks for Valenti. His fourth walk of the day.
Out for the Dragons, cleanup hitter, number 5, Zach Rockwell.
Zach Rockwell comes to the plate. Runner in scoring position at second. Curveball, nice pitch there by Valenti for strike one. The 0-1 pitch. Another off-speed pitch. Got him chasing on that one. It's 0-2 now. Rockwell facing an 0-2 with 2 runners aboard. Pitch to the plate. Thought about it. A check over to first. First base says no. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Valenti checking back to second. Comes to the plate. And he hits him right in the wrist or forearm. That was in the forearm or wrist area. That one hurt. And you can see Rockwell. That one hit him on the wrist. Not a good place to get hit by a pitch.
Hey, Will!
So now, great advice by some fans. It's old school. So a short little meeting at the mound here for Will Valenti, who's only allowed 1 hit. And that was at the start of this inning. But he has walked 4 and hit a batter. And now he's faced with a bases loaded situation here. Lane trailing 1-0 here. Danny Zabaleta, the catcher, had his catching gear on. Now he's got to take it off and come to the plate. Bases are loaded. First pitch is a strike. Zabaleta can open this game up here for Lane here in the third with a good at-bat. Off-speed pitch is a bit high, ball 1. Here comes the pitch by Valenti. High. Ball 2, Zabaleta is up ahead. 2-1 now. He lifts the ball up. That's going to be an infield pop-up. Shortstop gathering. And the shortstop Peyton Schubert makes that play. Lane leaves 3 on the base pads. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Edward Waters leading 1-0 over Lane. You're watching the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships right here on the Black College Sports Network and the SIAC YouTube page.
With Academy Sports and Outdoors, you can take outdoor fun to a whole new level with just the touch of a button, because there's so much to discover on the Academy app. Create your dream outdoor living space that gets the whole family out there spending time together. Master new recipes with just the right amount of heat and the perfect spice or seasoning. And give the kids even more ways to play. Great times are waiting. Download the Academy Sports and Outdoors app today.
Welcome back to elimination contest here between Lane College and Edward Waters here. As we move to the bottom of the 3rd inning, Edward Waters leading 1-0 over Lane. There's a first pitch that's driven into right field for a single. So there's a leadoff single for the catcher, Roman.
Third baseman, number 5, Hugo Shoney.
So now Hugo Schoening comes to the plate. Schoening doubled in his last at-bat in the first, drove in an RBI. Count is 2-0. The 2-1 pitch. Fouled off, got around on it early. Did Schoening. Scoreboard only shows 1 ball, 2 strikes, but off speed, fouled off. Nice job by Schoening, staying alive there. The pitch is high. So as the scoreboard is correct, and now the count is 2-2. The pitch, and there's a called strike 3 for Will Valenti. As Schoening goes down on strikes. That's the 3rd strikeout of the day for Valenti.
Number 18, Leonel Garcia.
Leonel Garcia comes to the plate now. Garcia singled back in the first inning. And And he drives the ball towards center. Is it going to drop? It does. Gets by the diving center fielder. But the runner on first is going to hold at second. Great job by the left fielder to back him up there. And so second consecutive single for Garcia. So 2 runners are aboard now for Lane. First pitch to Tompkins, the center fielder. Is a ball. So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 runners aboard. Valenti comes to the plate. Fouled off, 1 ball, 1 strike now. That one is high. The 2-1 pitch. Valenti comes to the plate. That one, great save there, but the runner's going to third. Throw over to third, and he is going to be safe. So Zavaleta blocked that ball, kept it from getting away. Tried to catch Anthony Roman as he was taken off to third. So now both runners move. So it's now second and third. 3 balls, 1 strike for Tompkins. And he takes that pitch, and now the bases are loaded with Tigers. First walk of the afternoon for Heath Stuckey. Now Dayton Pass will come up. Pass ended the inning with a pop-up to second. First pitch is a ball. Bottom of the 3rd inning, Edward Waters leading 1-0. Elimination game for somebody. That ball is lifted, foul. Ball and 2 strikes to Pass. Drives it right back at the pitcher. He comes right back to home plate, so a great play there by Heath Stuckey for the 1-2. Bases stay loaded, though. That ball right into Stuckey's grill. Managed to come up with that one, though. Caden Hutchinson comes to the plate now. Bases are still loaded. Hutchinson was hit by a pitch to lead off the second. That ball is driven. Sure, take a hop on the shortstop. He was unable to come up with it. He might be injured. A A second run comes in. Let's see what happens here. So the shortstop, Walton Thompson, what looked like he had a routine play, but it took a hop on him. So it ends up being a 2-run single. As the training staff is taking a look at Thompson. So I believe 2 runs. So our count now is Edward Waters 3, Lane 0. The Tigers are on first and second. Still 2 outs. Thompson appears to be okay there at short. And now John Nobles is at the plate. First pitch bounces. Both runners are having to move. Not sure. So the runners now move over to second and third. Count still sits at 2 balls, no strikes for Nobles. There's the first strike there. So the count moves to 2-1 now. Noble struck out his last at bat in the second. Count moves to 3-1. 2 outs here. Bottom of the third inning for Edward Waters. The pitch, there's a foul ball right above us. So count moves to even. Full, rather. 3-2. John Nobles looking to add to the Edward Waters lead. And he's called for a strike. Going to go ahead and clean it up at first just to make sure. And that's how the inning will come to an end. But Edward Waters gets 2 runs on 3 hits. And they move into the 4th inning with a 3-0 lead over Lane. You're watching the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships right here on the Black College Sports Network and the SIAC YouTube page.
HBCUs are anchored by legacy. They nurture the talent and determination of their students and prepare them for a bright future. The Home Depot's Retool Your School program has and still believes in the excellence of HBCUs. Committed not just in speech, but through the revitalization and upgrades of the campuses these students call home. Building, planting, tilling the dream, all hearts and countless volunteers on the ground. Retool Your School. We're powered by purpose.
leading off the fourth inning for Lane College. Third baseman number 4, Noah Essery.
Leading off the top of the fourth inning for Lane is Noah Essery. First pitch is a pop-up right to first base, and there's a quick leadoff out.
Out of the back of the Dragons. Number 18, left fielder, Peyton Wood.
Peyton Wood will come to the plate now for Lane. Wood grounded out to second, his last at bat. Count moves to 3-0 here. Takes that pitch, it's a strike. 3-1 pitch by Valenti, fouled off. Got an even 3-2 count now. Another pitch fouled off. By Wood. Walton Thompson is on deck for Lane. The 3-2 in the dirt. And first runner aboard for Lane.
Wow, up to bat for the Dragons, shortstop, number 26, Walt Thompson.
That's the 5th walk of the day for Valenti. And here's Walt Thompson, who walked himself. Back in the second inning. There's a throw over to first, and they might have him. They do have him, as Wood was way off, and that's the second runner that Anthony Roman has picked off today. So now 2 outs. Count sits at 2 balls. 2 balls and no strikes right now. Now the count moves to 3-0. Valenti throws his first strike. Check that scoreboard was off a little bit. That is strike 3. So 1-2-3 inning for Edward Waters. Nice job pitching and definitely nice pickoff there by Noah earlier. And we're going to head to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Edward Waters leading 3-0 on this first of 3 elimination games here over on the alternate site, Sherwood Christian Academy. You're watching the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships right here on the Black College Sports Network.
People who come to cricket stay with cricket. like one of our favorite customers, Michelle.
I started my own app company, and with Cricket, I'm able to answer calls from my engineers and investors and know my signal's going to be great. If I had to describe Cricket in 2 words, they would be reliable and affordable.
5G Boss Mode activate. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Chase Morris steps to the plate for Edward Waters. Count moves to 2-0. Heath Stuckey pitching for Lane. That ball is popped foul. Morris flied out to the right fielder on a sacrifice, his last at-bat. Here's a ball that he slaps foul, just off the right field line. Count evens up at 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls and 2 strikes. Off speed. Hit to third base. Long throw over. He might have beat it. Oh, he is out. Good strong throw by Noah Essery to pick up the first out of the 4th inning. It's a ball that's flied out to right field, so that's now 2 away. As that was Peyton Schubert. And now Roman will come to the plate. First pitch by Stuckey. Skips ball 1. That one's inside, ball 1. Roman has had he's the catcher, had a heck of a day so far. Having picked off 2 runners. Correction, scoreboard says 3-0. There's the first strike, so now the count is 3-1. Roman singled his last at bat. Drives the ball, foul. Two outs right now. Roman looking at a full count. Heath Stuckey on the mound for Lane. Comes to the plate. It's high, ball 4, and Roman will find himself on base. just the second walk of the day. Hugo Schoening.
I thought, yeah, I thought that was the.
Comes to the plate with a runner on. First pitch is low.
He said he was going to get another one. Also, could you send him a bag of rocks for this 10 the sandbag? For the
Schoening struck out his last at bat, but he does have a first inning double RBI. That is in the dirt. Runner's going to second. Throw. He might have him. He does have him. Good throw by Danny Zabaleta, as Roman just wasn't fast enough to get there, so he's caught stealing, and that'll put it into the inning. So no runs, no hits, no runners left on base. We head to the 5th inning with Edward Waters leading 3-0. You're watching the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships on the Black College Sports Network and the SIAC YouTube page.
With Academy Sports and Outdoors, you can take outdoor fun to a whole new level with just the touch of a button, because there's so much to discover on the Academy app. Create your dream outdoor living space that gets the whole family out there spending time together. Master new recipes with just the right amount of heat and the perfect spice or seasoning. And give the kids even more ways to play. Great times are waiting. Download the Academy Sports and Outdoors app today.
HBCUs are anchored by legacy. They nurture the talent and determination of their students and prepare them for a bright future. The Home Depot's Retool Your School program has and still believes in the excellence of HBCUs. Committed not just in speech, but through the revitalization and upgrades of the campuses these students call home. Building, planting, tilling the dream, all hearts and countless volunteers on the ground. Retool your school. We're powered by purpose.
Leading off top of the 5th inning for Lane College, second baseman number 24, Nick Coelho. Back to the top of the order for the Dragons, center fielder number 6, Zach Baker.
So Nick Coelho is on first now. Zach Baker, the leadoff hitter, who's 0 for 2 on the day, comes to the plate. Throw back over to first. Outside, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike here, top of the 5th inning. Will Valenti still on the mound for Edward Waters here in the 5th. Off speed, that ball is driven or hit into right. Shallow comes in, right fielder. Right fielder Chase Morris makes that play. First out.
Now for the Dragons, the back right fielder, number 20, John McIntosh.
So John McIntosh comes to the plate now. He has walked his last 2 at-bats. He drives a ball right at the shortstop. There's a 6-4-3 double play for the Tigers to get out of the inning. And when it's hit that cleanly, makes the job of the infielders that much easier. So no runs, no hits, no runners left on base. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Edward Waters leading 5-0. You're watching the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships on the Black College Sports Network.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket. Like one of our favorite customers, Michelle.
I started my own app company, and with Cricket, I'm able to answer calls from my engineers and investors and know my signal's going to be great. If I had to describe Cricket in 2 words, they would be reliable and affordable.
5G Boss Mode activate. Smile, you're on Cricket.
We head to the bottom of the 5th inning.
New kicker in the game for Lane College. Number 12, J.D. Club on the hill.
So a new pitcher for Lane, J.D. Klug. Klug, a freshman right-hander. So if he closed the book on Heath Stuckey, gave up 3 runs on 5 hits.
For Edward Waters, third baseman, number 5, Hugo Schoening.
So Hugo Schoening comes up for Edward Waters. Of course, Schoening was at the plate in the 4th when Roman was picked off. He sends the ball hot. Rowan and third baseman was unable to come up with that cleanly. We'll probably rule that a hit. I'll wait to see the official signal. There was a bit of a hot shot. Third baseman Noah Essery had to move to his right. It would have been a tough throw anyway. It is ruled a hit for Schoening. So 1 aboard. And Leonel Garcia drives the ball foul all the way to the left field corner.
Garcia.
Garcia has singled in each of his last 2 at-bats. He drives a ball that's high towards shallow center. A couple of people are calling for it. The shortstop makes the play, though, Walt Thompson.
Back for the Tigers, center fielder, number 2, the Aquarius Tompkins.
Aquarius Tompkins, center fielder, is at the plate now. He looks at first pitch as a strike. Tompkins walked his last at-bat. Right to short, scoop to second, throw to first, and Lane answers with their own 6-4-3 double play. So Back-to-back double plays to end the inning.
University 3, Wayne College Dragons 0.
Pretty impressive infield work by both teams. And no runs, no hits. Check that, no runs, 1 hit. No runners left on base. And we head to the 6th inning here on the site of Spring Hill Christian Academy, Sherwood Christian Academy, excuse me. And you're watching the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships on the Black College Sports Network.
First baseman, number 21, Dakota Danner.
Dakota Danner will lead it off for Lane, trailing 3-0 now. Will Valenti is still on the mound for Edward Waters. His ball right back at Valenti. He comes up with it. Great job by Valenti to knock that one down. Looks to be okay. It didn't appear to be too sharp of a hit at him. Did a good job of knocking it down.
Wow. Up the back for the Dragons. Cleanup hitter, designated hitter, number 5, Zach Rockwell.
His catcher, and I think the trainer, smart move here by Coach Johnson to send out the trainer just to take a look at Valenti. Just to make sure he's okay. Nothing wrong with taking the time that you have in this kind of situation. I think they want to give him a couple of warm-up tosses just to make sure. The ball did come in at him right on his right side. We had a score update. If you were watching us, you're probably not watching the game on the other side of the bracket over at Albany State. And in the bottom of the 6th, Spring Hill had a 7-6 lead over Savannah State. So the winner of that game will advance in the winner's bracket. Valenti looks to be good as that first pitch is a strike. Comes back with some off-speed work on the outside plate, ball 1. Another off-speed pitch, just missing the outside part of the plate. Counts now 2-1. Zach Rockwell fouls off that pitch. It's now 2-2. Coming up next here on this site will be another elimination game. It'll be between Miles and Tuskegee. The 2-2 off speed called strike 3. Nice pitch there by Valenti for the second out of the inning. Fourth strikeout of the day for Valenti. And now the catcher, Danny Zabaleta, comes to the plate for Lane.
Hitter for Lane College, number 19, Matt Kucera.
So correction, there's a pinch hitter. That ball is driven to left. It's going, it's floating, and a great catch out in left field by Caden Hutchinson. And I got to make sure to give credit. That was number 19, Matt Kucera, who is pinch hitting there for Zabaleta. And he'll be coming on most likely as the catcher as well. So another 1-2-3 inning for Edward Waters. We're moving into the bottom half of the sixth. The Tigers with a 3-0 lead over the Dragons. You're watching the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships right here on the Black College Sports Network.
With Academy Sports and Outdoors, you can take outdoor fun to a whole new level with just the touch of a button, because there's so much to discover on the Academy app. Create your dream outdoor living space that gets the whole family out there spending time together. Master new recipes with just the right amount of heat and the perfect spice or seasoning. And give the kids even more ways to play. Great times are waiting. Download the Academy Sports and Outdoors app today.
J.D. Klug is still on the mound for Lane. Pitching now in his second inning. As mentioned, Matt Kucera is now behind the plate for Lane. And preparing to come to the plate here for Edward Waters. Should be the DH, Dayton Pass. Fouled off. Pitch is high, ball one. Off speed, called strike. So count is 1-2 now for Pass. Pass fouls it off, drives it hard, going way left. One ball and two strikes. Pitch from Klug. Inside, hit him on the left shoulder, and so Pass will take a base. That'll bring Caden Hutchinson to the plate.
Off the back, number 16, Caden Hutchinson.
Hutchinson to the plate. Strike one. So Hutchinson, in his last at-bat, single, drove in 2 runs. Also making great defensive plays as well. Been a good day for Hutchinson. Drives it right at the shortstop, who made a throw to first. It almost got by, well, it did get by the first baseman. No harm, no foul, as the runner still stays at first. So John Nobles will come to the plate now. Nobles has struck out his last 2 at-bats, but this is the first time he's facing J.D. Klug. Klug throws back over to first.
Hey, here we go.
Off speed, strike one.
At the bat for the Tigers, second baseman, number 8, John Nobles.
Nobles fouled off that pitch with the runner going. Count moves to 0-2 now. Dayton Pass is over on first after being hit by a pitch to lead off the 6th for Edward Waters. Off speed, there's a nice curveball called strike 3. So Klug records his first strikeout.
2 outs out for the Tigers. Right fielder, number 4, Chase Morris.
Chase Morris, the right fielder, comes up. He's grounded out and hit into a sacrifice, hit his sacrifice. Klug comes to the plate with his first pitch. Call a ball. Morris lifts that ball to right. Right fielder comes on. That was John McIntosh coming over. So one runner left on. No hits.
And after 6 innings of play, your score,
no errors.
University Tigers 3, Lane College Dragons
Edward
0.
Waters will head out to the field with a 3-0 lead as we head to the 7th inning. You're watching the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships right here on the Black College Sports Network.
HBCUs are anchored by legacy. They nurture the talent and determination of their students and prepare them for a bright future. The Home Depot's Retool Your School program has and still believes in the excellence of HBCUs, committed not just in speech, but through the revitalization and upgrades of the campuses these students call home. Building, planting, tilling the dream, all hearts and countless volunteers on the ground. Retool Your School. We're powered by purpose.
Lane College. Third baseman, number 4, Noah Essery.
Noah Essery leading off the 7th for Lane. Big cut there. Evens the count at 1. Off speed, Essery sends it towards right. Right fielder chasing, going to his left, but makes the play. Nice job by the right fielder, Chase Morris.
Up the bat for Lane College. Left fielder, number 18, Peyton Wood.
Now the left fielder, Peyton Wood, just a freshman, will come to the plate. Bunt attempt by Wood. Unsuccessful, goes foul. An overcast day here in Albany, Georgia. I don't think it's going to rain, but it just is going to be overcast. A little bit of wind. So that beautiful, bright, sunny day that we had, a little bit of the opposite. You know, we don't see any rain clouds. Count moves to 2-1 now. The 2-1. Off speed is high. 3-1. Will Valenti now has only allowed 1 hit to these Lane Dragons. And there's a ball that's driven to the gap in right center. Center fielder comes over, makes the play. Nice play there by Aquarius Tompkins. So we've seen two hard hit balls by the Dragons, but unable to produce anything. Walt Thompson comes up to bat now with 2 outs. He struck out and lined out. And his first pitch is driven into right. It's going to be a single. So Thompson
second baseman, number 24, Nick Coella.
Nick Coella now comes to the plate. 2 outs, runner on first. He walked and singled his 2 previous at-bats. Just the second hit that Lane has been able to get today, and they've come from the 8 and 9 spots in the lineup. Valenti checks back over to first. Right into left field. Another clean single there, and that's the second consecutive single. So the 8-9 hitters coming through for Lane. And let's see what they can get from the top of the order. Zach Baker comes to. Still 2 outs though. Don't see anybody up throwing for Edward Waters, so Valenti's throw to the plate. Ball 1. Runners on first and second. Valenti comes to the plate. Baker is a high. Left fielder's coming all the way in, and a charging play. Great job by the left fielder, Caden Hutchinson. And so Lane leaves 2 aboard. Edward Waters gets out of the inning, only giving up those 2 hits. No runs scored. We head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Our score, Edward Waters 3, Lane 0. You're watching the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships on the Black College Sports Network.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket. Like one of our favorite customers, Michelle.
I started my own app company, and with Cricket, I'm able to answer calls from my engineers and investors and know my signal's going to be great. If I had to describe Cricket in 2 words, they would be reliable and affordable.
5G Boss Mode activate. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Also, fans, we have an update from the Albany State West Campus. Bottom of the 7th inning, Spring Hill College 9, Savannah State University 6.
Bottom of the 7th inning here for Edward Waters.
Leading off, bottom of the 7th inning, Edward Waters, leadoff batter, shortstop, number 15, Peyton Schubert.
So Peyton Schubert is up. Stewart's first pitch goes into right. And a leadoff single for the Tigers.
Coming back to the Tigers, catcher number 27, Anthony Roman.
Anthony Roman comes to the plate now. Roman walked. Was caught stealing earlier. There's a throw over to first. Trying to catch Schubert. We've seen 3 runners picked off today. Roman responsible for picking off 2 of them. His counterpart, who was previously in the game, Danny Zabaleta, got one under his belt. Count moves to 3-0. DJ Klug on the mound for Lane. There's a strike. As Roman has not been shy about advertising that he's trying to move the runner on with a bunt. Fouls it off. So now he's faced with, if he continues wanting to bunt, if he doesn't get it in, potentially will be out on a foul ball. Let's see if he decides to just swing away. 3-2. Runner's going, fouls off. Trying to protect his base runner. The 3-2 to Anthony Roman. Off speed, he lifts it towards right center. Right fielder comes over, makes the play. And now Hugo Schoening will come to the plate for Edward Waters with a runner on.
Hugo Schoening.
Klug goes back over to first. Peyton Schubert was off and running earlier, so let's see if he'll make an attempt to try to steal for second. Runner's going. Swing through. And a big swing there by Schoening, and the catcher, Cusera, was unable to throw that one. Schoening drives the ball to right. Right fielder giving chase to his left. Makes the play. Runner has to tag, going to third. So 2 down, and Leonel Garcia will come up to the plate.
Up the bat for the Tigers. Cleanup hitter. First baseman, number 18, Leonel Garcia.
So Garcia comes up. Popped out to the shortstop his last at-bat. 2 singles in the previous 2. Garcia drives the ball towards left center, gets by the center fielder. One run comes in. Garcia heading into second with a stand-up double on RBI. Edward Waters adds to their lead.
Edward Waters Tigers 4, College Dragons 0. And up to bat for the Tigers. Center fielder number 2, Aquarius Tompkins.
Second run scored by Peyton Schubert after leading off an inning with a single. So Aquarius Thompson comes up now. He's got a teammate on second. First pitch called for a strike.
Me?
None of y'all.
You got two.
Ball is lifted towards center. This might be there's a third out, and so a pop out to fly out to center.
7 innings of play, your score.
Ends the inning.
University Tigers.
Edward Waters gets 2 hits, 1 run. 1 runner left on the base pads. They increase their lead 4-0 here as we head into the 8th inning. Final 2 frames coming up in this elimination contest between Edward Waters and Lane. You're watching the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships on the Black College Sports Network.
With Academy Sports and Outdoors, you can take outdoor fun to a whole new level with just a touch of a button. Because there's so much to discover on the Academy app. Create your dream outdoor living space that gets the whole family out there spending time together. Master new recipes with just the right amount of heat and the perfect spice or seasoning. And give the kids even more ways to play. Great times are waiting. Download the Academy Sports and Outdoors app today.
Leading off the top of the 8th inning for Lane is number 20, John McIntosh. Will Valenti on the rubber for Edward Waters. Two balls and 1 strike to McIntosh. The pitch, another fouled off. Two balls, 2 strikes. Will Valenti's pitch to the plate. To first, scoops it up, throwing over to Valenti. He steps on the bag and he's out. A nice job. Good play. Good 3-1.
Wow, up to bat for the Dragons.
Nice job by the first baseman Garcia, and a good job by Valenti running over and following it and tagging up. Dakota Danner, the first baseman. Off-speed pitch, just missed. Ball 1. It's a ball that's driven to right. That's got 2 written all over it as it hits the fence. And Danner's going to walk into second with a stand-up double. First extra base hit of the day for Lane. That'll bring Zach Rockwell to the plate. Correction, we've got a pinch hitter here
For the Wayne Dragons,
for
number 11,
Rockwell.
Zion Legrone.
Number 11, Zion Legrone. Zion Legrone coming in here into the DH spot. A left-hander. Going up against the right-hander, Valenti. Looks at first pitch, ball one. Valenti checking second, coming to the plate now. That one is high, ball two. The pitch to the plate. There's a strike. Legrone in the box for Lane. He fouls that one off. Count now evens at 2. One out. Runner on second. Valenti to the plate, off speed. Called strike 3. Got him looking.
Another bat for the Dragons.
5th strikeout of the day for Will Valenti.
Pitcher, number 19.
Now number 19, Matt Kucera, comes up with 2 outs. Got a runner on second. There's a strike. Okay. The 0-1 pitch, off speed. Gets that one to fall in there. That's 0-2. Kucera down 0-2 now. Let's see what Valenti comes up with. Settles in. Comes right to the plate. Throws another off-speed pitch. Ball 1. One ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the top of the 8th inning. This time Valenti looks back to second. Comes to the plate now. And Kucera fouls that one off. Count holds at 1-2. Again, as mentioned, the winner of this contest stays alive and I believe will come back here at 6 o'clock. I don't have a bracket in front of me, but I believe that's the playing schedule. The pitch to the plate. Kucera lifts it up right over center field. Center fielder comes all the way in to get that. Nice job by DeQuarius Tompkins, and that's how the inning comes to an end. 1 hit, 1 runner left on base. No runs allowed, though. And we go into the bottom of the 8th inning. Edward Waters leading 4-0 over Lane. They'll come up looking to add runs. You're watching the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships on the Black College Sports Network and the SIAC YouTube page.
HBCUs are anchored by legacy. They nurture the talent and determination of their students and prepare them for a bright future. The Home Depot's Retool Your School program has and still believes in the excellence of HBCUs, committed not just in speech, but through the revitalization and upgrades of the campuses these students call home. Building, planting, tilling the dream, all hearts and countless volunteers on the ground. Retool Your School. We're powered by purpose.
We're going into the bottom of the 8th inning here. Brian Fulford here on location here at Sherwood Christian Academy, Legacy Park. A multi-baseball, softball complex here. Dayton Pass comes up to bat for Edward Waters. And he'll look at ball 1. J.D. Klug comes to the mound for Lane for the 3rd inning. Ooh, now that ball was high. You know, I don't know if the umpire saw it. It looked like it might have skipped off of his helmet. But the umpire in ducking didn't see it. I'm just probably about 10 yards away from, 15 maybe, from home plate. But I guess not. Might have just been me seeing things. 2 balls and 1 strike. Klug. Pass. Drives it to left. Left fielder settles under it. And that's 1 out. There's Peyton Wood. Comes up with that one. Caden Hutchinson's had a busy day.
There we go, Hutchie.
On offense and defense. First pitch is high. Second pitch is a little high as well.
There we go, 1-6.
There's a strike. Well, 2 balls and 1 strike. That one is low and away. Now it's 3 balls and 1 strike. And that hits Hutchinson in the left shoulder. This Klug makes a plea to the umpire, saying that the hitter was over the plate.
Second baseman John Noble.
So second baseman John Nobles will come to the plate now. Runner's going to second, and he easily slides in there. So first pitch running was Hutchinson. So the count is 1-0 with just an out. Edward Waters looking to add. Klug's off speed is far outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Klug decided to take it back to second. Ooh, and that ball was close to the helmet, and Matt Casera is going to have a brief word with JD. Or 3-0. Now it's 3-1. Last score we had from over at Albany State was Spring Hill was up 9-6 on Savannah State in the 7th. There's a ball that's driven hard into left field, but the left fielder comes up under it. That's a second out. Chase Norris, the right fielder, will come up.
Right fielder, number 4, Chase Norris.
Norris looks at the first pitch, down and away, ball 1. Klug comes to the plate. There's a ball that's lifted high towards the outfield. Center fielder comes on, makes the play, and that's how the inning comes to an end. Edward Waters, no hits, no runners, 1 runner left on base, no runs scored, and we head to the 9th inning. Edward Waters leading 4-0. Lane coming up to bat. We'll see how this one unfolds. On the other side of this break, you're watching the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships on the Black College Sports Network.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket. Like one of our favorite customers, Michelle.
I started my own app company, and with Cricket, I'm able to answer calls from my engineers and investors and know my signal's going to be great. If I had to describe Cricket in 2 words, they would be reliable and affordable.
5G Boss Mode activate. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Essery. First pitch grounds out. Peyton Wood comes to the plate now.
Lane College with 1 out, left fielder, number 18, Peyton Wood.
Will Valenti looking to finish with a complete game. Two balls, no strikes here. There's a strike. Scheduled to start at 2 p.m. will be our next game here between Miles and Tuskegee. Trying to catch the outside part of the plate. It's Valenti on that one, but the umpire says nah. Count moves to 3-1. Wood being patient. That ball hit him in the helmet. Thank goodness for helmets. Catcher checks on him. And so Lane has a runner aboard now. Off-speed pitch got away from him. Walt Thompson comes up, and this is the part of the lineup that's been the most successful for Lane, the 8 and 9 hitters. And so with one out, let's see if they can get Lane back into this contest. First pitch called strike. Coach Johnson appears to have full confidence in Valenti here to finish this game up. There's a ball that's hit to the shortstop. Double plays in play. No, they go right to first. Nice job by the shortstop, Peyton Schubert. 6-3. Now we have 2 outs. Top of the 9th.
Baseman number 24, Nick Coelho.
Runner moves over to second. And Nick Coelho will try to keep this game alive for Lane. Down 4-0. Runner on second. Will Valenti on the mound for Edward Waters. There's a first pitch that's very high. Coelho is 2 for 2 today and walked. So he's been on base 3 consecutive at-bats. See if he can make it 4. Rips the ball, foul towards the batter's cage off the left field line. 1 ball and 1 strike. Valenti takes a quick peek back at second. Comes to the plate, off speed. Caught the outside part of the plate. Strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes. Tigers 1 strike away. The 1-2 pitch. High and outside, ball 2. Deuce is wild. 2-2. 2 outs. Valenti to the plate. Off speed. Unable to catch the lower right third of the box. And now it's a full count. That ball is chopped. Valenti knocks it down. The throw over to first. And Will Valenti finishes not only with a 1-3 in the contest, but he also finishes with a shutout, a 4-hit shutout by Edward Waters. And that is how this contest will come to an end. Edward Waters stays alive as they finish up the contest with a 4-0 victory over Lane College, Lane College is eliminated from this tournament.
Edward Waters will now advance to face the loser of game 8 between Albany State and Texas State. That game will be to here. Sorry, that game will be at ASU West Campus at 6 p.m.
So this contest will be played. So Edward Waters will advance to a contest at 6 p.m. over at Albany State, and they will take on the loser of the Albany State-Kentucky State contest at 6 p.m. And we have a final from over at Albany State as Spring Hill College defeats Savannah State 10-6. So Spring Hill advances forward, and Savannah State will move down into the elimination bracket playing probably later tonight at 6 p.m. So again, final score, Edward Waters, 4 runs on, I believe that is 8 hits. I'm trying to look at the scoreboard here. No errors. And Lane, no runs on 4 hits. Will Valenti, Knight finishes. I just do a quick little count of strikeouts. Finishes with 5 strikeouts on the day. So overall, a great day as Valenti closes with a complete game shutout over Lane College, and the Dragons will end their season. So we say congratulations to Lane on a season well played this year, and congratulations to Edward Waters moving on, staying alive. And so that's going to do it for our broadcast for today. I want to encourage you to continue watching all of our coverage. Next round of games are scheduled for 2 p.m., not only here at Sherwood Christian Academy, but also over at Albany State. You can watch both feeds on the BCSN Championship Player, which you can find at mybcsn.net/watch/SIAC. And you can also watch both games on the SIAC YouTube channel. Next games will start at 2 p.m. So again, for my guy Chris on camera, I'm Brian Fulford. Thank you for watching this broadcast. We'll be back at 2 o'clock or a little bit before with Miles and Tuskegee and another elimination contest.
With Academy Sports and Outdoors, you can take outdoor fun to a whole new level with just a touch of a button, because there's so much to discover on the Academy app. Create your dream outdoor living space that gets the whole family out there spending time together. Master new recipes with just the right amount of heat and the perfect spice or seasoning. And give the kids even more ways to play. Great times are waiting. Download the Academy Sports and Outdoors app today.
HBCUs are anchored by legacy. They nurture the talent and determination of their students and prepare them for a bright future. The Home Depot's Retool Your School program has and still believes in the excellence of HBCUs, committed not just in speech, but through the revitalization and upgrades of the campuses these students call home. Building, planting, tilling the dream, all hearts and countless volunteers on the ground. Retool Your School. We're powered by purpose.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket. Like one of our favorite customers, Michelle.
I started my own app company, and with Cricket, I'm able to answer calls from my engineers and investors and know my signal's going to be great. If I had to describe Cricket in 2 words, they would be reliable and affordable.
5G Boss Mode activate. Smile, you're on Cricket.
With Academy Sports and Outdoors, you can take outdoor fun to a whole new level with just the touch of a button, because there's so much to discover on the Academy app. Create your dream outdoor living space that gets the whole family out there spending time together. Master new recipes with just the right amount of heat and the perfect spice or seasoning. And give the kids even more ways to play. Great times are waiting. Download the Academy Sports and Outdoors app today.
HBCUs are anchored by legacy. They nurture the talent and determination of their students and prepare them for a bright future. The Home Depot's Retool Your School program has and still believes in the excellence of HBCUs. Committed not just in speech, but through the revitalization and upgrades of the campuses these students call home. Building, planting, tilling the dream, all hearts and countless volunteers on the ground. Retool Your School. We're powered by purpose.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket. Like one of our favorite customers, Michelle.
I started my own app company, and with Cricket, I'm able to answer calls from my engineers and investors and know my signal's going to be great. If I had to describe Cricket in 2 words, they would be reliable and affordable.
5G Boss Mode activate. Smile, you're on Cricket.
With Academy Sports and Outdoors, you can take outdoor fun to a whole new level with just the touch of a button, because there's so much to discover on the Academy app. Create your dream outdoor living space that gets the whole family out there spending time together. Master new recipes with just the right amount of heat and the perfect spice or seasoning. And give the kids even more ways to play. Great times are waiting. Download the Academy Sports and Outdoors app today.
HBCUs are anchored by legacy. They nurture the talent and determination of their students and prepare them for a bright future. The Home Depot's Retool Your School program has and still believes in the excellence of HBCUs. Committed not just in speech, but through the revitalization and upgrades of the campuses these students call home. Building, planting, tilling the dream, all hearts and countless volunteers on the ground. Retool Your School. We're powered by purpose.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket. Like one of our favorite customers, Michelle.
I started my own app company, and with Cricket, I'm able to answer calls from my engineers and investors and know my signal's going to be great. If I had to describe Cricket in 2 words, they would be reliable and affordable.
5G Boss Mode activate. Smile, you're on Cricket.
With Academy Sports and Outdoors, you can take outdoor fun to a whole new level with just the touch of a button because there's so much to discover on the Academy app. Create your dream outdoor living space that gets the whole family out there spending time together. Master new recipes with just the right amount of heat and the perfect spice or seasoning. And give the kids even more ways to play. Great times are waiting. Download the Academy Sports and Outdoors app today.
HBCUs are anchored by legacy. They nurture the talent and determination of their students and prepare them for a bright future. The Home Depot's Retool Your School program has and still believes in the excellence of HBCUs. Committed not just in speech, but through the revitalization and upgrades of the campuses these students call home. Building, planting, tilling the dream, all hearts and countless volunteers on the ground. Retool Your School. We're powered by purpose.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket. Like one of our favorite customers, Michelle.
I started my own app company, and with Cricket, I'm able to answer calls from my engineers and investors and know my signal's going to be great. If I had to describe Cricket in 2 words, they would be reliable and affordable.
5G Boss Mode activate. Smile, you're on Cricket.
With Academy Sports and Outdoors, you can take outdoor fun to a whole new level with just the touch of a button because there's so much to discover on the Academy app. Create your dream outdoor living space that gets the whole family out there spending time together. Master new recipes with just the right amount of heat and the perfect spice or seasoning. And give the kids even more ways to play. Great times are waiting. Download the Academy Sports and Outdoors app today.
HBCUs are anchored by legacy. They nurture the talent and determination of their students and prepare them for a bright future. The Home Depot's Retool Your School program has and still believes in the excellence of HBCUs. Committed not just in speech, but through the revitalization and upgrades of the campuses these students call home. Building, planting, tilling the dream, all hearts and countless volunteers on the ground. Retool Your School. We're powered by purpose.
Doc, you mentioned Lincoln and the streak they've been on. They're the winners of 8 consecutive games. So they have not lost in this calendar year. There's only one team that has a consecutive
was a streak and it was 8, but I didn't realize they hadn't lost this calendar year. That's a nice touch.
Yeah, but there's one team out there who has a streak slightly longer than theirs.
I know. Oh, longer?
Yes, right now on the D2 level. On the D2 level. HBCU D2. Let me specify. HBCU D2 women. There's one team that has a longer streak.
Oh, well, that's easy to. Yeah, I mean,
Tuskegee's only at 6 in a row. Tuskegee's only at 6 in a row. It's our forgotten HBCU on the D2 level. West Virginia State. They're the winners of 9 consecutive women.
Nice. Good
okay.
Yeah. I see you, Drew.
Right.
Yeah.
Right,
keep
Drew.
that computer churning. I like what you're spitting out.
Great observation there, Drew, about the records in Division II. I want to do a breakdown of looking at people's non-conference later, because that's fascinating when you juxtapose it against Division I. which we know that's a different story, but still, I think it is interesting to look at.
Brian, 11 of the 29 women HBCU programs on January 22nd have double-digit wins.
Nice.
It's over
Good.
1/3
Good.
have double-digit wins. No one is winless.
Nice.
And
I still say
when
20
you add in the
wins
9-win
is a mark.
teams,
I think 20 wins is still an actionable mark that you look at and say,
Oh yeah.
that's
I love that 20.
accomplishment.
I love that 20-win mark. It's still significant, particularly at the Division II level, NIA level. You get to 20. Sometimes at them, they get a chance to get to 25. Really looking good.
Right.
But at the Division I level, if you can get to 20 wins, you're really doing something. Sometimes that demarcation may need to be closer to 17, 18. But it's something beautiful about that round number when you can put that 20-win mark on there. So I love that you brought that up. Yeah, I love that you brought that up.
And take it one step further, everybody. 15 of the 29 are at 9 wins or better. So over half of our women's programs are at 9 wins or better with 5 weeks remaining in the basketball season.
They're being paid for their services. Yeah. Yeah, and I guarantee you, if you went to those players and say, hey, fellas, if we play these 2 games, you will get cost of attendance. I guarantee you the decision will be unanimous. Coach, let's play them. Let's play them.
Right. Because
the athletes are actually benefiting from it. But it's a two-edged sword. Even though you're playing those games to help those kids with the cost of attendance, you still put them out there. And AD was right. You still doing it's just doing it another way. You're still doing the exact same thing.
Well, I did answer yes to it when he posed that question. Yeah. But then I think I came with something out of the field remark behind it. Because basically I said, hey, $1,000 versus 100, I'm gonna take the 1,000, but yes, I'm still taking one for the team. I believe it is that. But cost of attendance comparable to NIL. It can't. To me, NIL is quick and short term. Cost of attendance is something that could be long term. Wheeler, can you compare and contrast NIL versus cost of attendance, or is cost of
cigars. Visit our website. All right, hello, welcome to the BCSN Sports Wrap. Brian Fulford here, joined by my wingman for the day, Jamie Walker. Jamie, how you doing tonight?
I'm good, B. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm great. Wonderful, man. I realized as I was just, I always love to let people in behind the scenes on things. So I realized as I was about to go live, I realized I didn't have the right intro set up. So I was like, damn it. So I had to go with the quick abbreviated rejoin to kind of jump in there and get us going, man. So Sorry, those of you who like the normal intro music and all the good stuff. I know AD Drew's watching, and he's like, "Damn, B, you didn't play the intro." I'm like, I look, there's so much going on today, Jamie, that it's like, we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. We got things to say today. So, it's like the sooner we can get into the kitchen and start cooking, the sooner folks can get fed, right? Isn't that how it goes?
That is how it goes, man. Absolutely.
Yeah. So let me get the standard protocol pre-show stuff out of the way. Thanks to everybody for coming in and joining us on YouTube, Facebook. Those of you who are watching, picking up the Twitter stream, appreciate you. Those of you who are watching, you must have the notifications turned on. I would encourage anybody, if you're following us on YouTube via the MyJBN1, or if you're following us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at MyBCSN1, make sure to go ahead and have those notifications turned on. Hit the thumbs up button if you would, while you're in your preferred chat streams. We'll give everybody a shout out here. I see Franklin's coming in. Franklin's coming in early. I don't know about this VI Love. VI Love, it was a good day. Good day yesterday for the Jackson State University Tigers. We'll talk about that a little bit later. David Garner, hello, how you doing? David always dropping some good information there in the YouTube chat. I think I may have to get David on staff, Jamie, because he's always dropping topics, show topics and notes. I'm like, you want to come work with us, David? I mean, you're doing a lot of good stuff out there. Help us out a little bit. But appreciate you for coming in. Always, Chuck Hunt checking in from Monroe, Louisiana. Chuck, we appreciate you coming in, always coming in on Facebook.
Chuck.
Yeah, exactly, right? So we appreciate him. And then, of course, Mary 305 coming in on the YouTube stream. So let's get it out the way. And look, I told you, David Garner always coming in with the hot topics right off the bat. And so we will start the show with a congratulations for Jackson State's Isaiah Bolden, who with the 244th pick was selected by the New England Patriots. And that was it, Jamie. Well, as it relates to HBCU players, Isaiah was one of 11, I believe is the correct number, of FCS players that were drafted over the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 7 rounds, 259 players, and 1.
Yeah, man.
Just let that lay out for a moment.
Let that marinate. Let that in the words of my man Country Wayne. Let that sizzle in your spirit.
I tweeted something, and I don't know at what point you kind of realized that it was going to be a slow day for HBCU players, but I think I tweeted somewhere maybe middle of the 6th round that night, that day, was probably more disappointing than the COVID year of 2020, where no players were drafted, or even the 2021 year where 1 player was drafted. And I said that because of the simple fact that this was a year where there weren't any restrictions holding anybody back. Several schools had multiple scouting teams that went to pro days. You had the second year of the HBCU Legacy Bowl, which was also the headline for the HBCU Combine, if I'm not mistaken. So this, which the previous year, all we heard was good things, right? And so we had 4 players. 4 players were drafted in 2022. So there was optimism that more would get drafted this year. But there was only one. So I'll start us off, Jamie, with kind of at what point, where were you? I put out there the biggest HBCU related surprise of the draft. I don't know if we want to start with that particular question or just in general. When did you get a feeling that only one player, or did you have a thought that none would get drafted? At what point did that kind of hit home with you?
Honestly, the Friday round of draftees, I thought Mark Evans from UAPB would be the first HBCU player drafted. To be totally honest with you, and because he kind of fit the mold of what the NFL was looking for in general as a lineman. You already had examples of Teron Armstead. You had examples of Ja'Tyre Carter from last season. So I thought he fit that mold of offensive lineman that that absolutely could go to a team and that early. When I didn't see that, and then I saw a run of offensive linemen, I kind of got the sense then, yeah, this is going to be different. Along with that, man, just, you get to Saturday, and, I had a couple of things to do, but early on I was looking at the draft, and it's just like, okay, there's no movement. You can see patterns when you look at the draft and how it's kind of comprised of, you have this player, that player. And shout out to Zach Cannell of the Blue Bloods. When you're talking about only Power 5 players being drafted in the first round, that kind of gave you a signal of what's to come. Not just HBCU players, but FCS players in general. And so I kind of had a sense then that it wasn't going to be a good day for us that was hoping and praying that our players would be selected. Even with the hype, even with the other, all-star games and, combines and things of that nature coming in, you were hopeful that this would kind of, change the tide of everything going on. And it just didn't, man. And, I just felt myself being just in certain senses, for lack of a better term, defeated. Like it was exhausting because it's like having a question and having absolutely no clue or no answer as to how to alleviate it. And, that's what I ended up feeling like, man. But I guess at the very end of the day, owners and scouts and GMs are going to choose who they want. And I don't know of any forcing that you're going to do to these folks, especially when you're talking about the next goal for them is $25 billion. So clearly, HBCU players not being drafted is not high on their priority list. So my question is now, what do we do for ourselves in relation to just how we're structured? And I know we're going to get into that a little bit later, but there's some things we're going to have to start thinking about so that we are not exhausted at the end of a process that clearly is not there for us to be part of.
Something that I really appreciate and love when I hear you talk about that is you mix in a lot of we and us. And that is the sentiment that makes it so special. Is the fact that there's a feeling like seeing these guys get drafted and be successful is a reflection on all of us who went to HBCUs. I don't know, and you know what, that when we start talking about the difference, and someone asks, you're in education, I'm in education, and when we have people that ask us about HBCUs and why, and I know you rep your school at school. I wear my stuff, and it's like, oh, you went to there, and I bet kids go, oh, Mr. Walker, you went to A&T. So there's a pride that goes with that, right? And there's a lot of people who don't know. It's funny, we're fortunate, but there's a lot of people who don't know about HBCUs. And so in this world of sports and of this world of college football, which is, I keep saying, is a recession-proof industry. It has, whatever is going on in the world and the economy, college athletics, the NFL is immune to it. It has not struck it. You thought people were upset by boycotts and protests. NFL still going, still making millions. The several hundred thousands who stopped watching, and we know people who have stopped watching football. Hey, guess what? League's still moving along. Hasn't stopped. More fans than ever. And so hearing about us and we is something that adds on this tragic feeling that we all have, you know. And I think I'll say, for me personally, I sort of tried to begin to divorce myself of that thought a couple of years ago. After the COVID year where the 2020 draft where nobody got drafted, 2021 where one player got drafted, and we understood, you know, or at least we could understand what they were saying. Whether we understood or not, I understood why they were saying. Most rational people kind of probably understood what they were saying. You know, it was hard to get around, hard to get to smaller schools. But what it did, though, what COVID did, and a bigger impact than these COVID players, it put the focus on the Power 5 conferences, Jamie. It put them on front stage and said that we are the official minor leagues of the National Football League. Look at this year. The number of players from just Georgia, Alabama, the Power 5s, the power conferences, four. There's supposed to be 5, but we were talking about that offline. Heck, there might be 4.5. I don't know, depending upon what you think. But and they will eat their own at the quote unquote FBS level, where there's 130 teams up there, right? But the top 60, man, they will devour the bottom 70, eat them alive. They won't give them any of the pie if they don't have to. They're expanding a playoffs, Jamie. That playoffs is not meant to have more teams from the bottom 70. No, that's for more people in the top 60 to get a big piece of that pie. So translate that to the NFL. The NFL has become this. They're looking at the Power 5s as the minor leagues of college football. And so now not only HBCUs, but FCS programs are left sort of trying to find their place in this new world, you know. And I think the other thing that I may have tried to express when I was tweeting, while a lot of us were rage tweeting at the time of all this was going on Saturday, no doubt, was that at least this year there are more options, you know. And we can talk more about that, but I guess, you know, as we, you know, again, biggest HBCU related surprise. Yeah. You know, one player. What was so unique about Isaiah Bolden, Jamie, in your, you know, as you think about Isaiah Bolden at Jackson State? What is it that makes him unique?
You know what? This is, I'm going to put on the NFL analyst hat for a second in a couple of different ways and on that particular team. The New England Patriots drafting Isaiah Bolden is no surprise based on the type of player he is. You're talking about a versatile player who contributes to special teams right away. Has some of the physical tools you're looking for, you know, size, speed, but actually is versatile. When you look at that team and over his history, especially under Bill Belichick, he has used multiple players to do multiple things. And so it's not just his corner ability, but his ability to return kicks and punts as well. So no surprise there at all. But along with that, you know, Bill Belichick likes small school guys. You look at throughout the course of their history, black college guys, along with other FCS and small smaller school, Division II, even Division III guys. He's had within his coaching staffs and within his players. So it's no surprise to me at all. But the irony of this is, if you look at the way media has presented this, not all, but some, you would think he went to Florida State and he transferred from Florida State, but it's Jackson State's former Florida State player, Isaiah Bolden, in certain senses. So again, that pipeline has been involved in, what we're doing on the HBCU level, coming from a Power 5 school. So again, not, being able to escape and get away from that is still hard, but it's no surprise. You're talking about a versatile player who can do many things, and that's what Bill Belichick and that organization wants to do anyway. So no surprise at all.
I'm reading a very good, I had to do some research or just kind of do a Google search on, what was it that made Isaiah Bolden unique. And let me first say, in the post hours after the draft concluded, there were some great conversations on a few different platforms following the draft. I thought Scotty at Off Script did some good things. Joshua Sims with HBCU Nightly, great pieces. So I would recommend any and all of you who enjoy HBCU content and especially want a deeper dive into these football related things, go check out Scotty on YouTube. The recording of HBCU Nightly is on Twitter Spaces. Go check those out. I want to encourage you really, because great conversations and those guys stay connected with a lot of people. But two things that kind of stood out when I went to go look at Isaiah Bolden. 1.62, I think was his height. Somewhere I saw somebody say 6'4", 6'5". I'm like, you're not 6'4", 6'5". No. Anyway, 6'2", but also is believed to have ran a 4.3 something. Okay, and so I'm peeping out this article here by Simone Stanley over on HBCU Game Day. Does a great piece on why Isaiah Bolden was the only HBCU player drafted. Now, you just mentioned his defensive back skills, but also his ability in the return game. And yes, it is a factor that he went to Florida State previous. So he's one of those FBS to FCS transfers. And then also he has a father who played in the NFL, which it is kind of funny because I think that was a surprise to some people, that especially among professional teams. If I recall, hearing one of the guests on HBCU Nightly that, and I don't know if this was KJ Black who had said
it
this.
Was.
It was okay. The fact that within that organization, he works with the LA Rams. They didn't know that Bolden's father was a former professional player, didn't even know of Bolden. We're surprised that the Patriots took him and were like, damn, how do we miss out on him? That just tells you, like, I follow the draft for other purposes, other than following HBCU guys. If you know. But when you listen to those markets and when you watch those markets react to draft comments, it makes you question everything in everybody's room, Jamie. So anyway, it doesn't surprise me. It didn't surprise me that there was somebody who didn't know about Isaiah Bolden, right? But she brings up a good point here in that his versatility, the fact that in 2021 with Jackson State, he led both FBS and FCS in kickoff return average at 36.9 per attempt. Wow.
Yeah.
And, last season, he produced 44 tackles, 7 pass breakups, and a forced fumble. So 2 solid years at Jackson State, and a proven special team. So Bill Belichick get somebody who he's expecting to come in and really make an impact or have the opportunity to make an impact right away?
Absolutely. I think when you have that, size, speed, someone that can serve in a couple of different capacities, I think it's a no-brainer to have someone like that on your team.
Number 2, Anthony Ramos.
Good afternoon. It's game number 2 here at Sherwood Christian Academy. It's the second elimination game of today, and this one is between Tuskegee University and Miles College. Brian Fulford and A.D. Drew will be popping in at times here for today's contest. Miles, the center fielder, Anthony Ramos, leading off. It's a foul ball as that one went foul off his inner ankle. So the lineup for Miles, Anthony Ramos, followed up by Jackson Lindsay, who is the right fielder. Batting third will be Trey Rutledge, DH. Fourth will be Brandon Leroy. Fifth will be Caleb Priest. Batting sixth, Clifton Orr. Seventh, the shortstop, Jordan Pearson. John Riley batting eighth and playing first, and Mason McClamby batting ninth, playing second. On the bump for Tuskegee today, the sophomore right-handed pitcher, Jalen Hill. So this is the second of 3 games that will be played here at the alternate site on the elimination bracket side. We've already seen earlier today Edward Waters stay alive as they ended Lane's season 4-0, a complete game shutout for Will Valenti. And Hill hits Ramos in the back. Inside pitch, a little too inside. Miles has their leadoff hitter on.
Batting second for the Golden Bears, right fielder number 24, Jackson Lindsay.
Jackson Lindsay, the right fielder, comes to the plate. Ball goes foul down the first base line. Bit of an overcast day here. The wind moving in, out, left, right, however it wants to do. Posted up just ground level here, probably about 10 yards away from home plate.
You think that's a first down to the plate, Brian?
I think so.
All right.
At worst case, it's maybe 15, but I feel like that's 10. I feel like it's 10.
I'm just messing with you, brother. I'm just messing with you. Here's the thing about this game, Ryan. 2 teams from Alabama who are rivals come all the way to Southwest Georgia to battle to see who's going to be 2 in barbecue.
One out, up for the Golden Bears, designated hitter number 9, Trey Rutledge.
Trey Rutledge comes to the plate, the DH. I could use some good barbecue. Got to find a good spot here in Albany while I'm here for the weekend.
In the good life city, as they like to call it down here.
Really, runner's going. The throw to second, he's safe. And so Lindsay or check that. Ramos moves over to second in the scoring position. One ball, no strikes. We did manage to. There's a strike. We did manage to start this game on time.
Despite the hour delay on game one.
Despite the hour delay in game one. And again, much credit to the ground crew here who had to deal with a sprinkler system issue real early this morning that put a damper on the infield.
Damper? Damp? No pun intended.
I should say made the infield damp. or damper than they had intended.
Yeah, somebody forgot to hit the off switch and make sure that it was all in off position, so they just came on with their normal cycle, not realizing we have a game this morning.
Oops, my bad.
Your bad. If this is
that ball is slapped to center. Center fielder gets it. Runner's going to tag. He may want. Ooh, they may have a play here at third. That ball, he is out of there. Beautiful throw by the center fielder, Julian Greer.
That would be a double play, Brian.
It would be. DP 8-5. So at the end of the top half of the first inning, score 0-0. Head to the bottom half. You're watching the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships on the Black College Sports Network.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket. Like one of our favorite customers, Michelle.
I started my own app company, and with Cricket, I'm able to answer calls from my engineers and investors and know my signal's going to be great. If I had to describe Cricket in 2 words, they would be reliable and affordable.
5G Boss Mode activate. Smile, you're on Cricket.
We're back here in the Good Life City, headed to the bottom of the first inning. Quickly going through the Tuskegee batting order. Leading off your designated hitter, Cyree Broughton. Batting second, your center fielder, Julian Greer. Batting third, shortstop, Alex Glass. The cleanup batter, playing right field, Harrison Barnes. Batting fifth, first baseman, Evan Jones. Batting sixth, third baseman, Ryan Haynes. Batting seventh, second baseman, Nicholas Pratt. Batting eighth, the catcher, Mark Hatch. And batting ninth, the left fielder, Cody Willis. And as you have already seen, starting on the hill today for the Golden Tigers is Jalen Hill. You have a battery for the Golden Bears of Mason Kirby on the bump and Brandon Leroy behind the plate. Your outfield from left to right, Clifton Orr, Anthony Ramos, and Jackson Lindsay. Around the infield from left to right, playing third is Caleb Priest, playing short, Jordan Pearson. Playing second, Mason McClamley, and playing first is John Riley.
Cyree Broughton comes to the plate for Tuskegee. Send that first pitch high. Mason Kirby, a sophomore right-hander for Miles. Evens the count at 1.
Change, didn't quite change in the right spot.
Right up the middle. Shortstop gathers. Ball for the first. It's high. And good backup by the catcher. And Kyrie is going to make it. That's probably going to be a single, I would imagine.
We'll keep an eye out on the scoreboard to see what they put up there.
I don't know. That could be a.
I think that's
be
probably
an
going E6. If you had my vote, that's going to be an E6. And it is.
Okay.
E6. Because he had plenty of time to get there. It wasn't, he had to get it there expeditiously, but not instantaneously.
Right. So the center fielder, Julian Greer, who ended the last inning with a double play, attempted to bunt, pulls it back, ball one. Kirby checks over to first. Had the good fortune to watch both of these teams yesterday. It's a bunt attempt, foul. Unfortunately, watched them in losses, which is how they end up here.
Which is why they're in the secondary park instead of the primary park.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, based on the bracket, the winner advances into a game tomorrow morning.
Correct. No, I'll check that in a moment.
As a bunt heads up to Kirby. Kirby fields it and sends it over cleanly to first. Runner Broughton advances over to second, though. You were saying?
The winner actually stays and plays Savannah State, who lost earlier today at the Albany State West campus.
When? Tomorrow?
Today. The winner stays. Loser gets to fill it up with diesel.
Alex Glass, the shortstop, stands in the box. 1 ball, no strike. Kirby checks second. Comes to the plate with it. It's high. Ball 2. It's interesting how they do the schedules, how they make the teams shift and move, as Edward Waters will go over to Albany State at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, but the teams that move actually get a game off.
It's a ball that's hit to right. Nice play by the right fielder. It's going to allow Broughton to advance to third. So consecutive sacrifices move the runner Broughton from first to second and now second to third. So Harrison Barnes comes to the plate, lefty, with a runner on third. Takes the first pitch, it's a strike. Barnes fouls it off. The 0-2 pitch, high. Ball 1. He drives that ball into center for a single and an RBI, bringing Kyrie Broughton in. And so Tuskegee jumps on first with a 1-0 lead.
Keep in mind, this is what they did yesterday. They jumped out early on Albany State before Albany State
kind of settled in,
walked them down and walked through them. We got a hurt player out there in the outfield. Don't quite know what happened.
It's taking a couple of players to bring
help
him in.
him off.
That was the center fielder, Anthony Ramos.
Didn't see what happened.
But we'll have to pay attention to see who fills in center field. Looks like number 44.
Number 44, Michael Archie, the second, checking in against
Michael
Ohio
Archie,
Outgoing Bears.
number 44, will come in for Anthony Ramos. It was the leadoff hitter for Miles. And I hope he's okay. I mean, we were paying attention to the hit and the run coming around. I didn't quite see what happened to him. So the first baseman, Evan Jones, steps into the box. What a runner on first. So off speed. Strike one. I'm chasing on something that was a little high. Strike two. The 1-2. Off speed, got him chasing and did a good job of just reaching out to slap and stay alive on that one. Count is still 0-2. We have 2 outs here. Kirby after checking first. He's ready to come home. Pitch is low. Good job by the catcher, Brandon Leroy, of staying in front of that.
You know, when you say Brandon Leroy, swinging and miss, he struck him out. I think Last Dragon, and anybody who's an 80s child knows what I'm thinking about. Even though it wasn't Brandon, it's just that last name just makes it come to my mind.
1 run on 1 hit, 1 runner left on base. We go to the second. Tuskegee has a 1-0 lead. You're watching the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships on the Black College Sports Network.
With Academy Sports and Outdoors, you can take outdoor fun to a whole new level with just a touch of a button, because there's so much to discover on the Academy app. Create your dream outdoor living space that gets the whole family out there spending time together. Master new recipes with just the right amount of heat and the perfect spice or seasoning. And give the kids even more ways to play. Great times are waiting. Download the Academy Sports and Outdoors app today.
HBCUs are anchored by legacy. They nurture the talent and determination of their students and prepare them for a bright future. The Home Depot's Retool Your School program has and still believes in the excellence of HBCUs. Committed not just in speech, but through the revitalization and upgrades of the campuses these students call home. Building, planting, tilling the dream, all hearts and countless volunteers on the ground. Retool Your School. We're powered by purpose.
Leading off the top of the second inning for the Miles College Golden Bears, cleanup hitter right fielder number 8, Harrison. Bourne. Correction. Catcher for the Golden Bears, number 8, Brandon.
Big Quentin.
That pitch grounded towards the short. Stop. Comes up with it. Cleanly over to first. Nice play there by Alex Glass. 6'3".
For the Golden Bears. Third baseman, number 1, Caleb Priest.
Caleb Priest will step into the box now. The third baseman. Just a bit high.
Just a little bit.
Jalen Hill on the rubber here for Tuskegee. 1 ball and 1 strike for Hill. All speed, and Priest lifts that up towards the middle of the field. Second baseman comes up with it, and that's 2 away.
Two outs left bat for the Golden Bears.
So the left fielder, Clifton Orr, will come to the plate. And Hill's pitch skips in the dirt. Ball 1. Throws it by Orr. And now he's ahead 0-2. Well, correction. I guess it's 1-2 now. So Orr looking at a 1-2. Pitch is low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the second. Hill comes to the plate. High and inside. And now it's a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Just a little high, and that'll be the first walk. Jordan Pearson, the shortstop, will come up now.
Bears shortstop number 7, Jordan Pearson.
Runner's going. That ball was a bit low. As the catcher threw it, it almost hit his pitcher in the back as he was trying to get that ball to second. So Orr gets a stolen base. Second stolen base. As the wind has picked up, it's blowing in. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You know, yesterday at the softball complex, that was the only day we didn't have wind as a factor over there. Looks like Mr. Wind has decided to come back.
As fly out to right, ends the inning.
This is the bottom of the second inning. Your score, Tuskegee University.
No runs, no
Golden
hits,
Tigers,
one runner left on base. We head to the bottom half of the second with Tuskegee leading 1-0. You're watching the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships on the Black College Sports Network and the SIAC YouTube channel.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket. Like one of our favorite customers, Michelle.
I started my own app company, and with Cricket, I'm able to answer calls from my engineers and investors and know my signal's going to be great. If I had to describe Cricket in 2 words, they would be reliable and affordable.
5G Boss Mode activate. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Heading into the bottom half of the second inning, it'll be Ryan Hayes.
Leading off the bottom of the second inning for the Golden Tigers, third baseman number 21, Ryan Hayes.
Excuse me, Mark Hatch. First pitch called strike there on Hayes. Ryan Hayes in the box. There's curve there by Kirby. He's up 0-2 now. The 0-2. Good job there by Leroy. One ball, 2 strikes. Right back up the middle, and that's going to be a single for Hayes. Lead-off single. And another lead-off base runner for Tuskegee.
One of the bat for the Golden Tigers, second baseman, number 14, Nicholas Pratt.
You know, Tuskegee won their last 4 in a row to make it into the tournament. So they've won 4 of the last 5. They are probably one of the hottest teams in the SIAC right now.
Throw over first. One is the count to Nicholas Pratt. Shows bunt, goes back on it, ends up being a ball. Ball and 1 strike. That ball is high above Pratt's head. Two and 1. Low, throw over to first. Safe. 3 balls, 1 strike. Drops that bunt right in front of the pitcher. He'll pick it up, Clooney, throw it over to first, but it's a well-executed sacrifice bunt by Nicholas Pratt, and that'll bring on Mark Hatch.
Wow, that's the bat for the Golden Tigers. The pitcher, number 9, Mark Hatch.
So Mark Hatch, catcher, comes up to plate. First pitch driven towards right center. Center fielder coming over, makes the play. Runner tags and advances to third. Nice play there by Michael Archie.
You know, something I've never understood about baseball scoring You could bunt a man for first to second or second to third, and it counts as a sacrifice. But you hit the ball in the air, and the man goes from second to third, and it's just an out.
All right, well, thanks for that statistical clarification for anybody who's scoring at home and wrote sack 8. I won't say don't look at my score sheet. That's what I'll say. It's Ryan Hayes on third there. There's a strike by Kirby.
0-2. No, 1-1. Should be 0-2.
It is 0-2 now. Scoreboard catches up. The pitch. Off speed. Leroy did a great job of staying in front of it with a runner on third. One ball, 2 strikes. Right to the shortstop. He collects, gathers, throws all the way over to first. Did he beat it? No, he did not. The first base ump was looking right at it.
Stays safe.
Said he. RBI single. So that was Cody Willis with the single RBI. And Kyrie Broughton sends a foul ball off to the right field side. Throw back over to first. One ball and 1 strike. Runner now on first. All speed, there's a pop-up. Foul territory, first baseman has it. And the inning comes to an end. But Tuskegee scores 1 run on 2 hits, leaving 1 runner aboard. And they grow their lead to 2-0 over Miles. You're watching the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships on the Black College Sports Network.
With Academy Sports and Outdoors, you can take outdoor fun to a whole new level with just a touch of a button. Because there's so much to discover on the Academy app. Create your dream outdoor living space that gets the whole family out there spending time together. Master new recipes with just the right amount of heat and the perfect spice or seasoning. And give the kids even more ways to play. Great times are waiting. Download the Academy Sports and Outdoors app today.
HBCUs are anchored by legacy. They nurture the talent and determination of their students and prepare them for a bright future. The Home Depot's Retool Your School program has and still believes in the excellence of HBCUs. Committed not just in speech, but through the revitalization and upgrades of the campuses these students call home. Building, planting, tilling the dream, all hearts and countless volunteers on the ground. Retool Your School. We're powered by purpose.
Top of the 3rd inning now. And leading off the inning for Miles is the first baseman, John Riley. His first at-bat of the day. First pitch is the ball. Strike. 1 ball and 1 strike now. Big cut by Riley. Caught him chasing something. Nice pitch there by Jalen Hill. Foul ball by Riley. Hill comes to the plate. It's high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hill's pitch to the plate. Ball hit right to the shortstop. Fields it, flicks it over to first. Play there from Glass. (6-3) for those of you scoring at home. And Mason McClammy, second baseman, will come up. Left-hander. Left. He takes that first pitch. It's a slow ball 1. Jalen Hill puts that one right down the middle. The 2-1 pitch. Driven right back up the middle to center. That's going to be a single for McClammy. He's going to go for 2, and they're going to catch him. He slid short. I don't know if he tripped or if he just slid short on that one, but
that was all that water that they put on the dirt this morning, just kind of hit and stuck.
To the top of the order, leadoff hitter, center fielder.
So that's a single and a
Michael Archie the second.
Is that 8-4?
8-4.
And you know, that's that area, you just mentioned that this morning. That's that area they had to do a lot of work on.
Yeah.
So Michael Archie comes to the plate.
His first at bat, replacing Anthony Ramos. Saw Ramos over on the training table earlier. Looks like they were attending to his knee, but hasn't been back out of the dugout since.
It's a ball down the line. It ends up going foul.
Yeah.
Now, we talked about this earlier, but for those who don't know, a starter can come back into the ball game.
Correct.
In that kind of situation. So it'll be interesting to see.
In any situation.
In any situation, okay.
Yes.
So it'll be interesting to see whether we do see Anthony Ramos. And there's no when he can come in. He can come in if they wanted to say in the 7th inning or so.
Ninth inning as a pinch runner. Who cares?
Okay.
He has one free re-entry.
Okay. So just from our vantage point, taking a look at Michael Archie, it's a big young man. Drives that ball right back up the middle for a single.
So the leadoff position has been on both times up, Brian. Ramos hit by pitch. Archie with the clean single.
And just add to that, had McClammy not got picked off trying to go for 2. Probably still, he's sitting on second. The one now.
Out.
So Miles having gone to that bench early, one due to injury, one due to just CD. That's coach's decision.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Off
Yes,
speed.
he did. Yes, he did.
There you go. Yep. Oh, no. Wait a minute. They say he did not.
Did not go? Well, we're behind the batter right now, so we voted yes.
Shows what we know. 3-2's the count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Hey, good job, Mark Hatch. I'm gonna put the tag on him. Then I'll wait till y'all tell me whether he out or not.
Driven right back up towards left center. Archie on his horse coming home. Slides in, and that's a stand-up double for Payne Knight. Miles with their first run of the game.
And we have to see that they may score that as a single and saying he advanced on the throw. Irregardless, he winds up at second base.
For the Golden Bears, designated hitter, number 9, Trey Rutledge.
So the DH, Trey Rutledge, comes to the plate. Got a teammate out on second. First tough spot for Jalen Hill to pitch out of today. Knight steals third. Get him a little bit closer. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt. Good job. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Outside, ball 2. The 2-2. It's tight on him, but he managed to get it over to third. And the third baseman, Ryan Hayes, comes up with it. So 3 hits, 1 run scored, 1 error. And we head to the bottom half of the third. Miles cuts the deficit in half. It's 2-1 Tuskegee. You're watching the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships. On the
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket. Like one of our favorite customers, Michelle.
I started my own app company, and with Cricket, I'm able to answer calls from my engineers and investors and know my signal's going to be great. If I had to describe Cricket in 2 words, they would be reliable and affordable.
5G Boss Mode activate. Smile, you're on Cricket.
So Julian Greer, the center fielder, is leading off. He drives the ball into center. Center fielder Archie settles under it.
1 out, and up to bat for the Golden Tigers. Shortstop, number 3, Alex Glass.
Alex Glass comes up. Inside on that pitch. 2-0 now. Glass flied out to right in the first inning, moving Kyrie Broughton along. Eventually Broughton would score. And in 4 pitches, Glass takes first base. Harrison Barnes, the right fielder, will step into the box now.
Up bat for the Golden Tigers, right fielder, number 8, Harrison Barnes.
Takes ball 1 and oh, heck of a punch out there by Brandon Leroy, who it took him a second or two to find the ball, but managed to find it and on a rope. Perfect throw. I think Glass thought that ball was going to kick far enough away from Leroy. But didn't get away far enough, and Leroy just on a rope right down to second base. Picked him off. So the count now 2-1, 2 outs here. And that ball is hit right to the first baseman, who's in perfect position to field that. And a 1-2-3 inning for Miles. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left on base. And we're going to head to the bottom half of the, check that, we're going to head to the top of the 4th inning. Tuskegee with a 2-1 lead. You're watching the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships on the Black College Sports Network and the SIAC YouTube channel.
With Academy Sports and Outdoors, you can take outdoor fun to a whole new level with just the touch of a button, because there's so much to discover on the Academy app. Create your dream outdoor living space that gets the whole family out there spending time together. Master new recipes with just the right amount of heat and the perfect spice or seasoning. And give the kids even more ways to play. Great times are waiting. Download the Academy Sports and Outdoors app today.
HBCUs are anchored by legacy. They nurture the talent and determination of their students and prepare them for a bright future. The Home Depot's Retool Your School program has and still believes in the excellence of HBCUs, committed not just in speech, but through the revitalization and upgrades of the campuses these students call home. Building, planting, tilling the dream, all hearts and countless volunteers on the ground. Retool Your School. We're powered by purpose.
Leroy Priest, or due up here in the top of the 4th inning. Tuskegee leads Miles 2-1. That pitch was taken outside for ball 1. Got a real pitcher's duel going on here in this elimination game. Yeah, that's a shot to left center field, and that's going to one hop to the wall. And it's going to be on second base with a stand-up double.
Up to bat for the Golden Bears, third baseman, number 1, Caleb Priest.
Brings up Caleb Priest. We'll see if Priest is going to be swinging away or if he is going to be bunting, as this may be an opportunity to get the run over to third. And he is bunting. And it's a beauty. And he's going to be safe at first. Throw pulls him off of the bag, which brings up a first and third situation for the Golden Bears. At bat for the Golden Bears, Clifton Orr. We've got a throw over.
Up to bat for the Golden Bears, left fielder, number 12, Clifton Orr.
Orr with an opportunity to tie this ball game up just by putting the ball in play. Miles with his first 2 runners on base. Another throw. That was a little bit closer. That's the B+ move. And then runner goes, and there's a hit and run was on, but that is foul. One ball, 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes to your batter. That one in the dirt. Good job back there. About to catch a Hatch. Hatch diving out, backhanding that ball, and coming up with the ball cleanly, making sure that the runner on third did not scamper too far off of third base. The 1-2, no. Check that. Keeping them honest over there. Another dive back into the base for Priest. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Got him chasing on that one.
Yes.
Just the second strikeout of the day for Jalen Hill.
Kind of looked like a slider, not 100% sure if that was a slider, but that ball just kept tailing and tailing and tailing away. Runner goes again, pitches a strike, pitches the ball. And they throw down trying to get the runner coming off of third base.
That was a heads up play. I don't know if that's something you work on or telegraph that, but it was a good heads up play by the catcher.
Yeah, that's a call play. So it goes down as a stolen base in the book, and it may be a single. He does not beat it out, but he does his job, Pearson, and gets the RBI. Grounds out 4-3. John Riley comes up next with an opportunity, see if he can create a 2-out rally for the Golden Bears.
That was perfectly executed that last play. Slaps it right back at the second baseman again.
That's going to do it, but we are tied as we head to the bottom of the 4th. 1 run on 2 hits. No errors for the Golden Bears. Entering the bottom of the 4th. We are tied at 2. You are watching the Cricket SIAC Baseball Tournament. Did too much softball on the Black College Sports Network and the SIAC YouTube channel. We'll be right back.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket. Like one of our favorite customers, Michelle.
I started my own app company, and with Cricket, I'm able to answer calls from my engineers and investors and know my signal's going to be great. If I had to describe Cricket in 2 words, they would be reliable and affordable.
5G Boss Mode activate. Smile, you're on Cricket.
With Academy Sports and Outdoors, you can take outdoor fun to a whole new level with just the touch of a button. Because there's so much to discover on the Academy app. Create your dream outdoor living space that gets the whole family out there spending time together. Master new recipes with just the right amount of heat and the perfect spice or seasoning. And give the kids even more ways to play. Great times are waiting. Download the Academy Sports and Outdoors app today.
Jones, Hayes, Pratt, and if anybody gets on, Hatch in this half inning from the Golden Tigers. Gold on gold, Brian. Golden Tigers and Golden Bears. We're in the Golden Zoo, being hosted by the Golden Rams. And that's a shot to center field. That one might get out of here, y'all. And it does. No, it's off the wall.
Fence.
Okay, you want to get technical. And hard with the depth perception, looks like that ball actually bounced over the wall from where we were sitting at, over the fence. Excuse me, Brian.
It's funny you said that because that's the second one. I thought the same thing earlier in the last half inning when Leroy hit that double. And it sounded like it was going over. But again, it ended up being a double.
Yeah. Especially when the left fielder kind of pulled up. I thought it was like, okay, but he was pulling up to play the hop. That's taken low and outside for ball 1. Bunt situation for Tuskegee. Both these teams look content with playing small ball here today, Brian. And that's bunt in the air. Did he catch that? Yes, he did. Great job there by the Miles first baseman, John Riley.
Wow, up the bat for the Golden Tigers. Second baseman, number 14, Nicholas Pratt.
Leaves Pratt in a 1-out situation. Change. Check that was curve ball. That was a curve ball. That one's in the dirt. 2 balls to Pratt. Pratt sacrificed 1-3 his last at bat. Gets a chance to swing away this time. Change up right there. That's in the dirt. 3 balls. Do you give him a green light here, Brian?
No, it's actually 2-1. 2-1.
Oh, my bad. I missed that right arm going out.
Got around on it early.
That was another change up. Kind of hung that one. Got lucky on that. And that's a shot to left field. Did that one get out? That one got out, Brian. That one got out of here. Home run. Nicholas Pratt.
And I'll tell you, Drew, the difference between the two, that one was so much smoother. I mean, the two hits that we were both kind of wondering whether they were going to, they were hit harder. That one just, it was a smoother hit, and the follow through just beautiful.
You know, Brian, we're going to see if we can find out what the dimensions are here at this facility here.
It would be good to know.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll have to.
I think that would have been out on most fields anyway, but
probably
just for clarity's sake.
I wanted to make it to did it make it to the field that's
the field of corn back there?
The field of corn that's back there. I see somebody chasing out there after it. I don't think it did.
Yeah. It's a little dirt path, and then there's a bunch of tall grass out there. No, it didn't make it that far unless it hit the hill and came back. Ooh, beautiful. Beautiful changeup right there. 2 balls, 2 strikes as you count. Tuskegee up 4-2. The number 8 seeded Golden Tigers. That shot, that's going to get through right there between the 5-6 hole for a base hit. You know, Tuskegee swung the bats very well on yesterday. They just got to the point where they started walking a whole lot of people in that game. So,
big difference was the amount of walks. The amount of walks was just, I mean, you almost had double-digit walks, if I recall correctly, about 10.
It's a changeover for a strike. Keep going with your thought, Brian.
Well, no, I that was, you know, we were kind of discussing at the end of the night after watching Kentucky State hit, and then kind of comparing the two offensive performances, Albany State and Kentucky State, and really the only difference probably was the 10 walks. And so we were talking about the Tuskegee pitching from that game is the fact that you had 10 walks. And even though offensively they looked pretty good, they didn't look bad. They did score 5 in the first 3 innings, if I'm not mistaken. The walks just kind of wore them down.
And like my granddaddy used to say, them walks will kill you. Did he go?
Yeah, okay.
Yes, he did.
I was wondering if they were going to check. It looked kind of like they didn't want to check. And
2 outs. And back to the top of the order. Designated hitter, number 5, Tyree Broughton.
And I imagine if he had never checked.
Well, they teach you, if not asked, don't answer.
Yeah. Hey.
Ooh. Bottom had to drop out after that one crossed the plate. Umpire says something to someone in the Tuskegee dugout who disagreed with that call.
They tend to not like those kind of things. Wasn't it a Miles player who got ejected the other night?
Saw an ejection over in the first game at the ASU West today.
That's a bad day to get an ejection.
A Savannah State player got ejected today for using, I don't even know what it was, but it was a player in the dugout who got ejected.
Okay.
But I think
you
it was.
Hear it?
I don't hear what he said. He was doing something. It's something about you can't use like noisemakers or something. I forgot what the technical rule was, but
Can't beat on trash cans.
yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah, they might frown upon that kind of thing.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah, they might frown upon that kind of thing.
So, yeah, we did see a Savannah State player get ejected. And to my knowledge, ejections do not carry over unless you've accumulated, so many throughout the season.
It says it's 3-2 now, so it's a full count.
And that's going to be a shot to third base, across the diamond, and that's going to retire the side. But not before the Golden Tigers are able to plate two on the home run by Nicholas Pratt. With that, Tuskegee leads 4-2 after 4 complete. You are watching the SIAC Baseball Tournament on the Black College Sports Network and the SIAC YouTube page.
HBCUs are anchored by legacy. They nurture the talent and determination of their students and prepare them for a bright future. The Home Depot's Retool Your School program has and still believes in the excellence of HBCUs, committed not just in speech, but through the revitalization and upgrades of the campuses these students call home. Building, planting, tilling the dream, all hearts and countless volunteers on the ground. Retool Your School. We're powered by purpose.
We're back in the Good Life City, Legacy Park. SIAC 2023 Baseball Tournament. As we head to the top of the 5th inning, the Golden Bears trail the Golden Tigers in the tournament hosted by the Golden Rams by a score of 4-2.
Now if we were playing rejoin music, we would probably be playing some Jill Scott Golden.
Living my life like it's golden.
But we're not, so let's not sing it. Not doing it any injustice.
Basin McClaney, then back to the top of the order for the Golden Bears. McClaney singled his first time, but was thrown out trying to stretch that single into a double. And that one is to second base. And that's going to be an out. Pratt over to Jones for
One out, back to the top of the order for the Golden Bears. Center fielder, number 44, Michael Archie II.
Michael Archie comes back to bat. His second at bat. The person batting in the leadoff position has been on both times today. Anthony Ramos was hit by a pitch, got injured, and was replaced by Michael Archie. And in Michael Archie's first at bat, he singled right back up the middle. One pitch from Hill. Just a bit outside.
It's one of those ones where you thought you were going to get that. You didn't give it to him, though. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I'm not going by the scoreboard. I want to see the numbers on the umpire.
Well, I saw him just put up 2 fingers on his right hand, so that would be strikes.
That one's popped up, but that's going to be fouled and out of play. Well, he's definitely got 2 strikes on him now.
Right.
away. Looks like before. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Put some heat on that one. Nice pitch there by Jalen Hill.
It wasn't the heat, Brian. It was the fact that one moved with the heat.
Okay.
Anybody can hit a straight fastball.
I wouldn't say anybody.
Most can hit a straight fastball. Okay. But a fastball that dances does a little something different. Jackson Lindsay fouls that one. That one may have hurt a little bit. Mark Hatch takes his time. That's when the umpire, that's when the umpire takes the ball to the pitcher instead of asking the catcher to throw it out there to him to give the catcher a moment to get himself together. Lindsay is struck out and singled to center field.
Well, technically, this should be Payne Knight.
Check that. You are correct.
I was just saying, unless there was a number substitution that we may have missed.
Okay.
I have to check with our stats. We aren't in the same. Unlike over at the other stadium, we are down here by the field, where our statistician is up in the higher seated area near the scores table.
That'll be ball 4 tonight.
Crossing up back for the Golden Bears, designated hitter number 9, Trey Rutledge.
Trey Rutledge comes to the dish. 0 for 2 on the day. Slide out to center field. Grounded out to short. Taking high for ball 1. And they're going to try to get 2 more innings out of Hill if you're the Golden Tigers. Throw over. But also Miles is trying to get 2 more innings out of Kirby. Both of these teams want to get at least 6 out of their starter. And that's a ground to the short. Over the second, takes it the easy way to retire the side. No damage done behind the walk. Tuskegee leads Miles for the 2. Coming back, Greer, Glass, Barnes for the Golden Tigers. You're watching this Cricket SIAC Baseball Championship right here on Black College Sports Network. And